Okay, cool.
Alright, there you go. We're on.
We're on, but I can edit this out.
Yeah. Should we both say hi, girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi girls. Hi Susie.
Hi Mum. Thank you for all making an effort to celebrate Mum's birthday tonight. We are very sad that we can't be there to have a glass of champagne with you and of course with Mum and joining all the celebrations.
We all know Mum loves a good story, so we couldn't let tonight's opportunity pass without sharing a few of our own. Before we begin, we'd like to disclose that some of these stories may be slightly exaggerated, which is only consistent with Mum's own recounting of events. So we thought it was only fair to follow suit.
Given that all we've ever talked about in our family when growing up was medical things, we thought it would only be appropriate to imagine Mum as a medical case study. These are some of the symptoms that she would show if she were a medical case study. And we've called this case study Symptomatic Susie.
Did you?
Right, symptom number 1, hostess hypertension. In the lead up to major Adelaide events at Mum's house, she goes into major panic mode. Her blood pressure shoots through the roof. All of the family are in lockdown to prepare for the guests and Susie's barbecue dinner. Some of the duties involved in getting the house ready for an event like this include cleaning the entire house twice through. Now this might seem like a normal procedure for guests to do before guests arrive. However, Mum takes this to a whole new level. The house needs to be vacuumed every day, 3 days prior to the event, and then twice to 3 times a day on the day of the actual event. The bathrooms must look like they're ready for an open inspection at all times, to the point where you're actually discouraged from having a shower any later than 9 AM on the day that people are coming over. Then there's the outside cleaning. This involves sweeping all of the outside areas at 30-minute intervals, and that's actually not a joke, this is true. And this is to avoid the natural falling of leaves and debris onto the pavement. Followed by this, there's going to be religious spraying of the pavement with a gurney. However, what we have noticed during these outside rituals is that the sweeping away of the debris is in fact a calming exercise for Mum, and so we do like to encourage this as it helps create a more calming mode in amongst all this frenzy. Then at about 6 hours prior to any guests arriving, full panic mode sets in, and she can actually be seen sometimes with a hacksaw in her hand, out to prune anything that looks even vaguely dead. She also sometimes uses this hacksaw to threaten Dad to do the chores that he's been assigned. Dad, unfortunately, during these frenzies seems to go missing, most likely hiding at the boat. Some other common symptoms of the hostess hypertension include highly anxious. She doesn't shower all day. She wears the same gym gear for 3 days prior. She makes multiple trips to the markets to buy every possible food item someone would want. She won't answer any of your phone calls during this period of time, and she'll be seen down at Mother's Milk with getting multiple takeaway coffees, where her surrogate son Serge, which she sometimes refers to him as Treasure, often recalls how wired she is during these times. Then there'll be more vacuum cleaning with the new handheld Dyson. Now she will get that out later on tonight for you. If you ask her, she absolutely loves it. More sweeping, of course, and then a frantic hurry to the shower, put the makeup on, get dressed just minutes before guests arrive. And it's all very frantic, but she gets there in time.
She gets it done. Anyway, having said this, she is an excellent host and puts on a huge amount of effort into making people welcome and well looked after in her home. Mum is an excellent cook, and every dinner growing up was made with love and great thought. She also spent a lot of time learning about health and nutrition, and even though we were all absolutely devastated when the tiny teddies were thrown out after a trip to the Golden Door, we're now very appreciative for all she did to make sure we were healthy and well educated. Mum has always opened her home to absolutely anyone, and growing up made all of our friends feel welcome like it was their home too. All jokes aside, as I am sure you will agree, Susan is an excellent host and takes pride and effort into hosting for occasions not only for her family and friends, to make sure that it is the most special evening every single time. We thought that the next set of symptoms would only best be described and diagnosed by her most favourite doctor, who can also show a little bit of empathy for holding similar attention-seeking traits. We present to you.
Oh, hi there. Sorry, I was just checking some symptoms out. So the next set of symptoms for Susan is under the heading of Munchausen's madness. So this stems from the syndrome of Munchausen's, which is a disorder where the affected feign disease, illness, or psychological trauma to draw attention, sympathy, or reassurance to themselves. Or in Mum's case, it's just an elaborate attempt to get out of things she doesn't wish to attend. So this Munchausen's madness typically manifests with severe neck pain for Susan. And this pain coincidentally started shortly after Annabelle moved to Perth at the age of 18 and required strong analgesia, a neck brace, and a bottle of champagne to cure. After the initial episode, the pain subsequently developed sporadically and without a known trigger. However, it prevented her from missing 3 CYC open days, 2 CYC prize nights, and 2 CYC annual dinners. And funnily enough, it has never occurred or stopped her from going to the pot on a Thursday night. In Mum's case, slightly different from your typical Munchausen syndrome, and it's actually resulted in her suffering a number of genuine injuries in an attempt to get attention. These injuries started young, and we have heard from her father that she fell off a wall. We understand that she fell off a 8-foot wall in Millicent as a young girl and landed on her head and suffered a concussion and a head trauma. And some say she's never been the same since. She also suffered 2 shoulder injuries whilst water skiing up at Mario Bridge, and we were told she was showing off to the boys, trying to dry start, and pulled both of her shoulders out. And as a consequence, she's had 3 major shoulder operations as an adult. A memorable injury was up at Falls Creek one year, and after a solid Grange night in the snow with the Moors and the Gilmores, she fell while skiing the following day and tore her ACL. I still remember seeing Andy ski right past poor Susan. She lay weeping in the snow. So luckily, Tony Moore was on hand to save the day, so Andy could get the most out of his overpriced lift pass. She busted her ankle at dancing to the Zorba at a Greek-themed EFM party, and was lucky not to break her leg. And let's not forget her most recent accident, when she went over the handlebars while cycling up at Brownhill Creek and busted her collarbone. Apparently she removed both hands from the handlebars to wave to Phil Caymans. And this just happened to occur 10 days before we went on an overseas holiday. However, once again, her cunning plan worked and she was upgraded to first class for the round trip. Despite having suffered more than her fair share of injuries and setbacks, Mum is impressively fit and healthy. She completed a marathon in her 50s. She's has completed a certified gyrotonics course, whatever that is. And she still attends her beloved EFM on a weekly basis and would give me a run for her money on most days of the week. Perhaps not a Friday morning though.
Alright Susie, now on to symptom 3, oversharing. Oversharing has led Mum to feeling like it is absolutely necessary to circulate useless information on a daily basis. to the point where we've suggested that it may be easier and faster to reach her target audience by her own website rather than multiple phone calls. For example, conversations we may have had with her can include the following. Conversations may be held around current weather situations, the latest story on the Today Show, an injury of a friend of a friend of a friend, a baby of a friend of a friend of a friend, a wedding of a friend of a friend of a friend, but mostly it's always about people who we don't know. So as you would all know, Mum loves talking. However, she really gets her kicks on from striking up random, inappropriately personal conversations with total strangers. For example, randoms on planes, KI locals, telemarketing people, butchers, grocery store workers, backpackers, basically anybody who is willing to listen, including the homeless hanging out on our street, which has happened to result in Mum's car being stolen while she was at work in St Andrews one time. Her keys were taken from her office. We suspect another symptomatic overshare was the cause. Bad luck, Suze. But don't be fooled, ladies. Just because it is girls' night, we all know that she prefers a chit-chat with the male gender, and preferably young and handsome. Once establishing a brief and superficial relationship with the said male, she may often be heard referring to them as her boyfriend. She has many boyfriends. One in particular that stands out from childhood is Greg from Banana Boys at Mitcham. Some other favourites though include Lou from Windsor Meats, Tom from Lucia's at the markets, all of the boys at Mother's Milk, and the sales guys at B&W. She sometimes just goes to B&W for a chat and not to buy a car. For these unexpected and unfortunate boyfriends, they soon become an outlet for Susan to share private family information with, like a needy girlfriend. For instance, when Alice recently returned to Adelaide and went to the markets, all of the shop owners were saying, "Oh, you're the one having the twins. We all know about you, and we've seen the wedding photos too. Congratulations." Alice, of course, has never met or seen these people in her life. Annabelle and myself had a bad gastro at KI one year on the island. My first day out on the beach consisted of bumping into all of the island beach residents saying, "Oh, how are you feeling, Belle? We heard you had to have an injection in your bum last night because you've been so ill." A great topic for conversation. Thanks, Mum. Oversharing can and most likely transitions for Susie into over-touching. This is where it gets interesting. For example, when Nick first started dating Alice, she had to have a conversation with Mum about how much she was touching Nick and rubbing his arms, patting his bottom, maybe shifting his hair, all of the above. Because Mum barely knew Nick, it was kind of a little bit weird. She's also been known, like I said, to frequently touch people's bums just in passing. little cheeky graze. Over to you, Al.
Very funny. Despite this chatterbox that she is, this symptomatic oversharing does bring out many great qualities in Mum. It really is an illustration of her bright, playful and fun-loving personality and her excellent sense of humour. We also know that all Mum's sharing stems from her love and support of us and our lives, and we do really appreciate all the effort that she makes to communicate so regularly with all of us, despite us being all so far away. Even though she is excellent at communication, she's also a wonderful listener, and anyone who is close to her should feel like they can share absolutely anything with Mum, and that she'll always listen and provide great advice and support. Well, that concludes our medical case study of Susie's symptoms. Very insightful.
Hey, Joey Bell. Hey, Puppy.
Right. Valiant treatment starting this week.
You've got loan, yeah, and you ate very sneaky as well.
Okay.
Well, what else would you do with it?
I just think.
You have to chop it off.
What are you going to do with it?
Put it in the bin. Hold it for me. Hold the.
I'll do it.
I wouldn't get near that.
I'll do it. You know what I said?
I don't think the State Theatre Company people are going to notice the dead
Dad,
tree.
it's not the State Theatre Company. I've been wanting Dad to do this for weeks.
Yeah, I think.
It annoys me.
Suze, I think it's dead because you guys didn't water it.
No, I did water it. I did water it, and then it just started to die.
Just
In
like
fact, I
one-
plugged up the bottom
Just
there.
like the one down the side here as well.
No, yes, didn't water that one. I let that one die.
You don't need to sweep anymore, Mum. You've been sweeping all morning.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying.
Do not do it.
I'm not.
You will break the pin inside there.
Yeah, okay, so close.
It's over. You're not watching television tonight.
Would that be?
Domestic violence. AVO out on you. No, AVO. Then ring Whitey up now.
Now, this part is just for you, Mum. We want to thank you for the continuous love and guidance that you have and still continue to give us. You have many wonderful qualities that make you such an amazing mum. You are approachable, warm and friendly, and have made such a huge effort in keeping us such a close family, which we are all truly thankful for. One of the best things about you is your ongoing energy and zest for life. You're an absolute go-getter and have inspired us all to be active, healthy and outgoing in all that we do.
Thank you, Mum, for all that you have done for us and for your always positive approach to life when helping us sort anything out. We know that we can always count on you for absolutely anything at all, which is an amazing thing to know as children. We hope that you have a wonderful night tonight with all of the girls. So, happy birthday, Mum. Happy sixpence, and we love you.
We love you. Have a good night, girls. Bye.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space. With the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do. Here come bad news talking this and that. like that's what you wanna do. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Clap along if you feel like that's what you wanna do. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. The love is too high. Bring me down, can't none bring me down. I said,